GameGoddessFee here. All right, me and Pluminator are back with more Ace Attorney. Say hi, Plum.
Hi.
Yeah, so we're gonna do this. Plum got me kind of in suspense about the next case. So I guess, did you say this is one of your favorite cases?
It's a case.
It's okay. It's okay. Oh, okay.
It's a case.
It's
It's better than okay.
It's a case. But yeah, I hope y'all enjoy. Thank you for watching. And yeah, make sure you give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. All right. Phoenix Wright, Ace Attorney, Trials and Tribulations, Episode 4, Turnabout Beginnings, Part 1-1 Trial. So I apologize whoever was watching last night. I don't know what happened to the Wi-Fi, but it said boom right when I said the end. So I know it's not like me to, say goodbye or whatever, but yeah, I excuse that, you all. Thank you for watching. Oh, we're already on the game. Where I'm going. We're gonna load this. Okay, you ready, Plum?
Yep.
The girl. Let her go. Who is that? They on the bridge.
Shut up. Come closer, and I kill her.
Sorry, but you're not going to get the chance. Ooh. Ooh. Goodness gracious. Violent.
I'm reading through the file of an old court case. It was the first case of my long-time mentor, Mia Fey.
That's right. Named Terry Fallis. Charged kidnapping, murder, sentenced death penalty. Fugitive movements after escaping Fallis, met with and then murdered Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, recaptured on Eagle Mountain about 8 hours after his escape.
Her very first client was a death row inmate who had recently broken out of prison. That was a whole year before Mia and I ever met.
Six years earlier, Mia Fey, first trial. February 16th, 9:24 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby number 4. Ugh, I'm so nervous. I feel like I'm going to die. I never should have accepted this case. Eek. Ah. Good morning. Don't be so jumpy, Mia.
I didn't do nothing. I promise I didn't kill nobody.
Terry Fallis, my first client, sentenced to death 5 years ago, and now a prison escapee. Just relax, Mia. Make a small talk and try to relax him. So why did you escape anyway?
I didn't do nothing. I didn't kill nobody. I never feared. I didn't escape from nowhere.
But Mr. Fallis, the police just recaptured you 2 days ago.
Sorry, I told a little fib.
Oh boy.
Well, anyway, I didn't do it. I didn't kill nobody.
I'm sorry for asking, but you're on death row, right?
They sentenced me to die 5 years ago, but I was tricked, I tell you. That woman, she fibbed in her testimony. That's why I got the death penalty. I promise it. I didn't kill her. I could never do that.
Two days ago, he escaped from the police wagon when it crashed. Then, about 8 hours later, a policewoman was murdered before the police could recapture him. Hey, Yeety. Hey, y'all, right? I want Shermanator for the help with the lights.
I didn't do no.
What's up, Yeety? I'm glad the lights back on for you. The police believe that Terry Flawless did it. After you escaped, did you meet a policewoman?
Yeah, I did. She's the reason I escaped.
So that much is true. He did meet with the victim.
But I didn't kill her. She was alive when I left. She was alive. It's true.
I can trust him, right? I mean, I should.
You're not gonna figure out the truth by just staring at the guy.
Why are you here?
I came to see how a little kid was doing all alone in the big scary lion's den.
Why he wear the mask?
I thought maybe you'd like someone to play with.
Or worse, Mr. Grossberg.
That old man is probably still in bed. I bet he's clutching an empty bottle and mumbling in his sleep. Aren't I good enough? After all, it's me, Diego Armando.
Is that why you told me to come in with Diego's song? Really?
Go, Diego.
Really, dude. Whatever. I didn't say. So Diego Armando, the finest attorney at Grossberg Law Offices, is here for me?
No. You've got it all wrong. Today you're the finest. After all, it took an amazing amount of guts to take this case. Imagine, an escaped death row convict for his first client.
Yeah, thanks. I sure wish I could get out of it though. What's wrong with his face? Like he been trying to go through the chain link fence, don't he? Anyway.
Relax. I just heard some good news. That prosecutor for today is fresh out of his diapers as well.
Really?
However, unlike a certain somebody who I won't mention, he's earned a reputation as a genius since beginning his law career.
Genius?
Well, it's about time to head in, kitten. Show up in those claws of yours. It's go time.
A solitary confinement cell for the condemned must be the world's loneliest place. And that's what my client ran away from. Every other lawyer, every other lawyer gave up on him, but not me. When I saw those overflowing eyes and heard that simple, childlike voice, I just had the feeling that he was telling the truth. February 16th, 10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Same judge.
I think it's his brother. Yeah, it is.
Court is now in session for the trial of Terry Flawless. The defense is ready, Your Honor.
The prosecution has been ready for a while, Your Honor.
Edgeworth coming in. Is that Edgeworth?
Yeah, it's his first case.
Fresh face. I understand the lawyers for both sides are newcomers. Yes, Your Honor. I'm Mia Fey.
Miles Edgeworth, Your Honor.
So you're the new prosecutor everyone is talking about, eh? They say you joined the prosecutor's office at quite an early age.
At 20, Your Honor. I guess our little Ken hasn't earned herself much of a reputation yet, huh?
Come on, Mia, you can't lose. Not to someone younger than you. Young people running a trial. I'm not too sure how I feel about that. Now then, the defendant in this case is currently a felon on death row. 2 days ago, he escaped from a police wagon. Is that correct?
Precisely. But the defendant is not on trial for escaping prison. On the day that the defendant escaped, a policewoman was murdered.
So we're here to determine if Mr. Fawless was responsible for her death.
You got it, kid.
Well then, Mr. Edgeworth, let's hear your opening statement.
Yes, Your Honor. It was 5 years ago. The defendant, Terry Falls, was sentenced to death in this very court. His crimes were kidnapping, extortion, and murder. The girl he threw off the bridge was only 14 years old.
A truly horrible crime. I remember it well. There was no decisive evidence, so the trial was long and protracted. What I'm trying to push.
Correct. But in the end, what finally decided the case was a certain witness's testimony.
A witness's testimony?
The testimony of Detective Valerie Hawthorne, the person who confronted this criminal. She arrested Mr. Falls at the scene and later testified against him. She said she witnessed Mr. Falls throw his young victim into the river.
So that was the little girl fell in the river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful currents. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
So Miss Hawthorne's testimony was the one that put him away. The policewoman you just mentioned, that wouldn't be...
Exactly. The victim. The same woman that was killed 2 days ago. Police Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne.
Aha, I see. The man who was sentenced to death based on her testimony escaped 2 days ago with only one thing on his mind: to take revenge against the woman who convicted him. Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes. It's quite obvious that the defendant is guilty. Wait a minute, that's not right. What's up, Game Queen 81? How's it going? We got a trial with Mia today, and you're a young Edgeworth.
Who else?
And Godot.
No, he's Diego.
Diego.
He's Diego.
At least hear the case before you decide on the outcome, Your Honor. Ugh. Watch yourself, Miss Faye. I'm not sure I care for your word choice or your tone of voice.
Young people these days simply don't know how to respect their elders.
Why, you're even younger than me, you hypocrite. Now then, Mr. Edgeworth, please call your first witness.
I called the detective who was in charge of the initial investigation of this case.
It's coat brown this time around, huh?
Witness, state your name and occupation.
Yeah, they young. Is this both the first?
This 6 years in the past and they're younger.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's both their first case.
Gumshoe! Don't Gumshoe! I'm the homicide detective in charge of the case, sir. I finally got promoted to the detective division half a year ago.
I don't believe anyone asked you about that.
Hey, Mom, you got any idea how much work it takes?
What is it?
You're really gorgeous.
Excuse me?
No, seriously, my heart, it's aching for you.
Detective, pull yourself together and try to be professional. Otherwise, I'll write you up on contempt so quick that something other than your heart will ache.
Okay, I got it.
Now, detective, tell us about the incident.
Yes, sir, right away. The victim was Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, a veteran on the police force. She was stabbed in the back with a knife and died from excessive blood loss.
Well, he said that much is already stated in the autopsy report. The court would like to hear more details about the incident itself.
Yes, sir, I got you. Okay, let's take a look at this aerial map of the area here. This is a sketch of Dusky Bridge, an old suspension bridge. And the river that runs under there is Eagle River. The victim and the defendant met there, on top of the bridge. After stabbing her in the back, the killer carried the victim back to his car. He was recaptured at a police checkpoint as he was trying to make his getaway, sir.
I see. Dusky Bridge map added to the court record. Bridge located 40 feet above Eagle River. I don't know why they was up there, because that river, that bridge was raggedy. Was the victim's blood found on the bridge?
The victim, Sergeant Valerie Hawthorne, was wearing a thick coat, sir. Unfortunately, no traces of blood were found on the bridge.
Mr. Edgeworth, I warn you that I absolutely despise conjecture. If there was no blood on the bridge, then you have no proof that they even met there.
Your Honor, if you were to listen to the testimony we have prepared, I'm sure you'll be convinced. The two of them most certainly did meet on that bridge that day.
Wait, Mr. Edgeworth? I'm not sure I like you wagging your finger at me as though I were some hoser. Detective, proceed with your testimony.
Yes, sir.
Here we go. Mia, hang on.
Okay now, listen carefully, kid. One little mistake, and this guy will drink you for morning tea. Trust me and get ready.
Witness testimony. Summary of the incident.
On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the surgeon and asked to meet. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Falls. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his court truck and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Falls was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain.
Well, you certainly have established the importance of the bridge.
Naturally.
Now, would the defense please hurry up and proceed with the cross-examination? Yes, Your Honor. Cross-examination. Coming right up.
Hey, settle down there, kid. If you keep trembling like that, you're gonna make me spill my coffee.
I think that's, who is that? That's another judge.
That's the judge's brother.
That's his brother. I'm not trembling. It's just cold in here.
The courtroom can be a cold battlefield, all right. Especially for a beginner.
I don't need to worry. You to worry about me, I mean the defendant, the witness, everyone's a beginner in here.
You got me there. But maybe you should keep your claws out and show them what you got, kitten.
It's okay, Mia. Stay calm. Just remember those court procedure videos you stayed up all night watching. Cross-examination summary of the incident. On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. This unknown person, you have no idea who got this unknown. This unknown person, you have no idea who it might be, right?
Sorry, but I'm afraid I do.
What?
The one who called Sergeant Hawthorne was the defendant, Terry Falls.
What? The defendant? The defendant called her?
Sergeant Hawthorne was a very thorough person, sir. She left a note about her phone call with Mr. Falls.
A note?
Yeah, a top secret memo that she left in her desk.
Victim's note added to the court record. Confidential police materials written by the victim. According to this note, it seems the one who called her to the bridge was indeed the defendant, Terry Fallis. Whose bright idea was it to keep that note from me?
Looks like the judge is even more sure of his verdict now. Listen up. Never ask a question if you don't already know the answer.
It's that detective's fault. He's the one that said unknown person.
Hey now, don't make that face at me. I just said it that way because the prosecutor told me to.
Was that a trap? With that cute face, I didn't expect him to be so sneaky. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Fallis. A bridge?
Oh wait, I'm so
A bridge up in the mountains? But why meet there?
Because it is a very important place to the defendant. That's why.
What do you mean by that?
If you remember, 5 years ago, the defendant kidnapped a young girl. He was chased onto a bridge, and it was there that he killed his hostage. And the place where all of this occurred is, of course, Dusky Bridge.
The very place where Sergeant Hawthorne arrested and handcuffed Mr. Falls.
Returning to the scene of the crime. How nostalgic.
And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Oop. I got to cross-examine. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. Was the body of the victim discovered right away?
Yeah, we were really on the ball. We found the criminal within 1 hour of the murder. It was great. We even got to say, "Don't move. We've got you surrounded."
Wait a second. Isn't there something weird about that?
The location was a suspension bridge. Oh my god. The location was a suspension bridge up in the mountains. So how did they find out about the crime so quickly?
Sergeant Hawthorne must have mentioned the phone call to someone else, right?
If that's what had happened, then she wouldn't have been killed.
She never mentioned the phone call from Mr. Falls, but she left a note on her desk about it. If only I had noticed it earlier, maybe she'd still be alive.
I wonder why she didn't mention the phone call to anyone. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Mr. Fallis had a car then?
Well, that bridge is way up in the mountains, ma'am. The defendant and the victim both went up there by car. I mean, how else, right?
What? You mean the defendant drove his own car?
No, of course not. It was stolen. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light.
Car thieves. I'm not sure how I feel about car thieves. Is this guy sure about how he feels about anything?
This is a photo of the stolen car's trunk. Naturally, that's the body of Valerie Hawthorne in there.
Whoa, that doesn't look too comfortable. Really?
That's your takeaway?
Really? Crime photo added to the court record. A photo of the trunk of Foley's car. The victim, she was stabbed in the back, correct?
Yeah.
For some reason, men always seem to get stabbed in the back.
We're talking about a woman here.
You can't tell from this photo, but the knife was stuck in her back nice and firm.
The condition of the body when it was discovered is very important information. Detective, was there anything strange or noteworthy in the trunk of the car?
Oh, wait, is this an added statement? Alright.
Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you? Anyway.
What did the defendant have to say about this photo?
What he always says, ma'am.
I didn't do it! I didn't do nothing!
That's all he says.
Nothing. I wouldn't say he did nothing. At the very least, we know he stole a car.
It's just what he always says, Your Honor. And then he always says,
Oh, sorry, I told a little fib.
or something like that.
Well, in any case, it seems he was caught and arrested.
Precisely.
Mr. Fawless was arrested at a police checkpoint we set up at the base of the mountain. That certainly is some impressive police work.
Well, no actually, it was way too close for comfort. We set up that checkpoint just after 5 p.m. We figured that Mr. Falls might try to run.
What do you mean it was too close for comfort?
The two of them arranged to meet at 4:30 p.m. And it takes approximately 30 minutes to go from the bridge to the checkpoint.
That was kinda close. Any later and Mr. Fawless could have slipped right by.
Listen up, kitten. There's a big trap waiting for you in that testimony.
A trap?
Walk into it carelessly and it'll leave more than just a flesh wound. Fun, huh?
No, it's not.
Well, if you want to have any chance at all, you'd better get some more information. And if you're going to get caught in a trap, it's best to get caught early. You can always look for contradictions afterwards.
The ever famous contradictions. I sure hope I could find some of those. On the is this the beginning?
Yeah, this the beginning.
Alright, on the day of the incident, let's look at this stuff.
Check your age. Check your age.
We're gonna look at the profiles, huh? He's 25, my client. Sentenced to death 5 years ago, escaped from custody 2 days ago. Valerie Hawthorne was 23,
Isn't
police
that name
officer.
Familiar?
Yeah, well, I'm trying to figure out where I heard that name from. Hawthorne. You remember Game Queen 81? What is it from?
You'll find out.
Police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Fawless 5 years ago.
Diego!
Diego Armando, age 27. A hotshot lawyer, my senior and rival at the office, a bit smug. Age 20, dubbed a genius as soon as he started as a prosecutor. Today is his court debut. And Gumshoe, 26, homicide detective in charge of the initial investigation. still new to his position.
He got a clean coat.
It started off that color, then
He got clean.
it started off that color, now it's green, huh?
Yep.
It's dirty. All right, so the autopsy stabbed with a knife in the back, died from blood loss between 4 and 5 p.m. Bridge located 40 feet. Let me see. You see how wrinkly that bridge was? How they get across it? They couldn't have gotten across it.
This bridge gonna come back a lot.
Confidential police materials written by the victim. February 14, 1:21 p.m. Flawless 4:30 p.m. at that bridge. Wear a white scarf for identification. Talk to Dahlia. Is that Nick's Dahlia? Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. Was that Nick's Dahlia?
Dahlia.
A photo of the trunk of Flawless's car. Yeah, we saw that.
Dolly! Dolly!
Right, is that who she talking about?
Dahlia is a common name.
Tell her this time the whole truth must come out. What's that? What she have to do with anything? On the day of the incident, an unknown person phoned the sergeant and asked to meet. If you know he's not unknown unless you say, well, you already said he was who it was. Sergeant Hawthorne went to Dusky Bridge at the designated time and met with Mr. Flawless. Let me see. And that's where she was brutally murdered, sir. The criminal stuffed her body into his car trunk and tried to make a getaway. Here's a photo of the trunk, but I don't see anything strange. Do you anyway? The trunk lock look like it's broke.
Anything else?
Let me see. Anything else? Do you see anything else? Y'all see anything else?
I do.
She in there. Look, the fact that she's in there, look.
Okay, anything else?
It's just a regular car trunk.
I give you a hint. Something about the victim.
And she was stabbed in the back.
Anything else? What's missing from this photo?
What, the knife?
No.
What's missing from the photo?
Mm-hmm.
The white scarf?
Bingo!
Is that the statement?
Yeah.
Witness. What is it? Do you have something to say, Miss Faye? I'm sorry. I totally forgot what I was going to say. This is the first time I've ever had to actually address someone like that. Ugh. You should have practiced before coming to court. Honestly, Miss Faye, I'm not sure I like this.
Stay there, little kid. Want a piece of my coffee candy? Stay there, whatever.
Candy?
Well, you're still too young to be drinking real coffee.
Girl, come on, Mia. Shake it off. You're a lawyer. Detective.
Yes, Mom!
This photo. You said that there was nothing peculiar about it. Is that correct?
Yeah, that's what I said.
Well then, I suggest you take another look at that note written by the victim.
Note?
It very clearly says, wear a white scarf for identification. The caller must have forgotten what the victim looked like, thus this special request.
I
have one very simple question for you, Detective. Where is the white scarf? I can't seem to find it in this photo.
Well, to be honest, we didn't find it in the trunk, ma'am.
And you stopped there? You should have looked for it.
Look!
The caller told her to wear it to identify herself, so I'd expect she did just that. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, what do you have to say about this?
I see the defense is a little lacking. The scarf you are searching so desperately for, is this the one, perchance?
Ah,
But where'd you find that, sir?
On Dusky Bridge. I was there first and decided to conduct my own investigation.
Why? Why didn't you tell me?
I made a decision to keep all pieces of evidence in my personal satchel.
how they gonna do that? You withholding evidence, really?
Yeah. It's the safest place I know. That hotshot sure has flair for the dramatic. It's not exactly white as the caller requested, but as you can see, it's close enough for what it was intended for.
It looks like it spent some time in the mud.
Not surprising, it was drizzling on the mountain that day.
Prosecutor Edgeworth, he was intentionally hiding that scarf the whole time. The court would accept the scarf into evidence. Scarf added to the court record worn by the victim at the time of the incident, found on Dusky Bridge.
Now, if the attorney for the defense is finished embarrassing herself, I'd like to move on with the testimony. That is alright with you, isn't it, Miss Faye?
Boy, would I like to wrap this scarf around his smarmy little neck.
Very good. Now if we're done with this mud-covered scarf business, the prosecution moves to establish conclusively and with hard evidence that Miss Hawthorne and Mr. Falls did indeed meet on the bridge that day. Further, we will show exactly what occurred there.
That sounds quite promising. I can't wait to hear all about it. Ugh, everything is moving at his whim.
Don't forget, kidden, there's a reason why everyone considers this kid a genius.
A genius, huh? Witness testimony events on Dusky Bridge.
Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day, unfortunately. It's a little hard to see what's going on. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That must have been when the scarf fell off.
That don't even sound right. Looking at this photo, you really get the sense that this bridge is very high up.
It is about a 40-foot drop from the bridge to the Eagle River down below.
Mr. Edgeworth, who took this photo anyway?
Let's just say that it was a well-intended third party.
Aha, a potential witness. So why isn't this person in the courtroom?
Well, they said they absolutely did not want to testify.
The person in question is very delicate, Your Honor. Besides, as long as we have this photo, we need see no reason to compel them to testify.
I'm not sure how I feel about that. Witness photo added to the court record seems to have been taken by the witness.
So, as you can see, Terry Falls had both the motive and the opportunity. I think it's quite clear at this point what happened on that bridge.
Aha, the truth is becoming clear to me now. Huh? Yes, it's quite obvious. He's clearly guilty. Not again. That's not fair. I haven't even done my cross-examination yet. What do you mean, Cross-examination events on Dusky Bridge. Actually, there is an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. Who is this eyewitness?
She's a college student.
A female college student?
That's right. Meaning she's female and a college student, ma'am. She doesn't do well in front of other people, so I came to testify for her.
No, Dolly, you're already a murderer.
What'd you talk about? What'd you tell it? It could be any Dahlia.
Dahlia is a murderer. She murdered 2 people.
What'd you
We know of.
Wait, no, she did. This is 6 years in the past.
Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her. Maybe so, but as the attorney for the defense, I have the right to cross-examine her.
For the time being, we're not relying on the witness's statements. That is all.
What is that supposed to mean?
The prosecution has other, more decisive evidence. Our case doesn't rest on vague testimony of a female college student.
A female college student, hey?
And means she's female and a college student, sir.
If you absolutely must hear her testimony, you'll have to give us a good reason why.
Ugh. Please tell us about the more decisive evidence in question.
No.
This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. The victim is wearing a scarf in that photo, all right. So about the witness who took this photo, what was this person doing all the way in the mountains?
She was taking photos of wildflowers, apparently.
There are many unusual types of flora on the mountain, Miss Faye. People in the area say it's because of the spirits that live there.
Spirits? Now that you mention it, this photo, this cloudy fog-like thing, is it a ghost? I don't believe it.
No, Your Honor. No, I don't think it's a ghost.
It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. Drizzling, huh?
That's right. There was a light rain coming down. The whole place was dreary. But not as dreary as the mood that's in this courtroom right now. Looks like a cold front just moved in.
In any case, the point is that the area was quite damp. There was even some fog. Oh wait, that was a testimony. I even slept
and fell while I even slipped and fell while I was on the bridge. It was really something.
I thought it was over.
Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Is that part of the witness's testimony as well?
Of course it is. He pushed the victim hard in the back and she fell down right on her stomach.
I remember that happening once myself. It was really brutal. Are you talking about seeing someone get pushed? Or were you the one getting pushed? Or does it mean that you pushed someone down like that once? With his mind-boggling tales and the way he said brutal, I wonder if he's a Canadian.
Save your nasty look for the right person.
Huh?
Take a look. Poor baby. Court record seems to have wet itself.
Hey, watch where you fill your coffee. The court record, huh? That must have been when the scarf fell off. So in other words, there was a struggle between the criminal and the victim, huh?
That's what the witness said. Well, it looks like she didn't remember about the scarf. But from what she said, it sounded like a pretty violent fight, ma'am.
The area was wet from rain. The bridge was probably wet too, which would explain why the scarf was all covered in mud, but there's something about this testimony that's still bothering me.
Talk about a surprise. I had no idea there was a photo.
So what do I do?
You really still believe him? Mr. Crybaby, I mean.
Of course I do.
So the little kid believes in fairy tales, huh? In that case, the answer is obvious. If what you believe is the truth, then that means that somewhere in that testimony is a contradiction. One huge contradiction waiting to be discovered. That's your chance.
All right, so let's find the contradiction.
That's more I need.
Seems to have been taken by a witness.
I'm scared of bridges.
Right, why I stay on the bridge? He still got on shackles.
Oh, no, I can do that. I think I went across the bridge one time, and that was like in a stupid kindergarten field trip.
I remember we went across that bridge. It was so, I accidentally crossed the bridge, and it was so windy. The car was shifting.
Oh no.
Oh my goodness. I was going like 2 miles an hour on that bridge. Let me see. Let me go through the testimony. Actually, there's an eyewitness who was there when the incident took place. This photo was accidentally taken by the witness. It shows the Vic wearing the scarf, sir. It was drizzling that day. Unfortunately, it's a little hard to see what's going on. They're just standing there. Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. That don't sound right. It must have been when the scarf fell off. I don't get it. Seems to have been taken by the witness. Where did the knife come from?
You pulled it out.
Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind. It must have been when the scarf fell off.
Mm-mm. Let me give you some hints.
Go ahead.
I
I don't know why you gotta be sitting here.
I'll let you figure it out.
I don't know.
When you shoved... Alright, so Troy shoved that scarf in your face and it was dirty, right?
Mm-hmm.
So if you push someone on the ground, wouldn't they get dirty too?
What you mean would they get dirty too? Time found on Dusky. What they got to do with anything?
Click the A button to find out.
The A button?
Yes.
On what?
Click it.
He said that's when the scarf fell off. The scarf fell off of her.
He pushed her down first. onto a dirty bridge.
Anyway.
Really? Really? This is easy to follow.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. No, this one.
Anyway, the criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. So we could show her the photo. So at the time of the crime, there was a light drizzle coming down, correct?
Yeah, and fog too. Just a generally soggy atmosphere.
We go down through the hair. Well, I have evidence that doesn't go with the soggy atmosphere. But this is a photo of the victim's body that was found in the car trunk. Considering the conditions at the scene of the crime, something isn't right. Well, by all means, please enlighten us as to what isn't right. What is it about this photo of the trunk that doesn't fit with the condition? Guess her. Naturally, the answer is right here. The victim's coat. As far as I can see, there is nothing strange about it. That's exactly what's strange. Recall the testimony. What were the conditions on the bridge that day? It was drizzling and foggy. Dusky bridge was all wet. If the victim really had fallen down on her stomach on top of the bridge, then the front of her coat should have been covered in mud. That's exactly right. The other day I fell on a muddy street and my gorgeous playoff beard was befouled.
I do admit that the crime scene was quite wet that day. However, that doesn't mean that the top of the bridge itself was muddy. If your honor had fallen in the shower instead of a muddy street, your glorious hockey beard pride of the legal league would be wet, but not muddy.
Fortunately, I have yet to test that. Still, your point is well taken.
Can you prove that the surface of the bridge was muddy that day?
The surface of the bridge, huh?
A real man would stand for a stunt like this.
Neither would a real woman. Of course I can. Here's the evidence that proves the surface of the bridge was muddy. The scarf. The evidence is the scarf. It should be obvious. If the scarf fell onto the bridge and got this muddy, it means that the bridge was obviously covered in mud.
No, I can't be outwitted by this novice bimbo.
Hey, same to you, buddy. This face assertion makes perfect sense to me.
I do admit that there appears to be a contradiction between the condition of the victim's coat and her scarf. However, the real question is, why is there a contradiction?
Huh?
For every contradiction, there exists an explanation. Let's look at what the explanation in this case may be, shall we?
All right. It's not like he's really giving me a choice here.
You're doing pretty well for a little kitten.
Mr. Armando?
No matter what he says, a contradiction always comes down to a fib. It's either the victim discovered in the trunk, the witness's photo showing the defendant and the victim, or the witness's testimony that stated she saw the moment of the murder. Just relax and think it over. It's pretty simple, isn't it? The fake evidence. It's one of those three.
What you said just now, I'm not sure I like that. That wasn't me, Your Honor. It was the coffee aficionado. What's that word?
Aficionado.
Aficionado over here that said it.
Aficionado.
Whatever. The court is not in the habit of accepting false evidence, you know.
Blame it on him, Your Honor. He's the one trying to slip false evidence into court. But we won't let him. We'll expose his evidence as the flimsy scam it really is.
Yes. The false evidence is this, in this case, is the, let me see, witness's photo, witness body in the trunk, or the witness's testimony.
She wasn't dead at all.
She wasn't
dead at all. Yeah.
Let me see, the witness's photo, or the testimony. The photo is...
I can hold that photo in my hands, so it's real.
in the trunk. She clean. The false evidence in this case is the witnesses photo.
This was back when Edgeworth was devious.
Well, he could have changed the evidence or the testimony.
Which one?
The testimony. What you think?
Go for it.
It is a no-brainer. Obviously, it's the witness that's suspicious. During his earlier testimony, the detective pointed out a crucial fact. The criminal shoved the victim down from behind and stabbed her in the back. Now, is that testimony exactly what the witness claims to have seen?
Yeah, that's what the witness told us.
That testimony is filled with holes. After all, the victim's coat isn't dirty at all. That's true.
It's not just true, it's the truth. If there was a truly decisive witness in this case, I'm certain that boy Wonder over there would have called them in the first place.
Your Honor, the defense requests to cross-examine... The defense requests to cross-examine the eyewitness. The testimony presented so far is not only vague, but contradictory as well. Well, Mr. Edgeworth, it appears that we'll need to hear from your mystery witness after all.
Oh, you should brace yourself for the brutal truth.
Huh?
Your Honor, the prosecution has no intention of hiding the witness from the courts. We are prepared to present our witness at any time.
Very well. Please bring forth your witness at this time. What Mr. Edgeworth said kind of worries me. What does he mean by the brutal truth? Now let's proceed with the testimony. Mr. Edgeworth, please go right ahead.
Thank you, Your Honor. The prosecution summons the woman who saw the events that day with her very own eyes.
This is it, Mia. The battle begins here.
Witness, what is your name and occupation?
His murderer here, really? Everyone is so silent that I can hear their hearts going pitter-patter. Oh. When I look at you, how can I put it? You look as scrumptious as a double-double and a dozen donut holes. Now, why are y'all always going after this girl? Really, dude? Really? I feel like I want to hurry up and hand down a verdict just to have a bite. Hey, not so fast.
As I said before, this witness is very sensitive and delicate. I would ask the court to please exercise care when addressing her.
Yes, indeed. Thank you, Mr. Edgeworth. You are a true gentleman. Miss Faye, you can learn a lot from this man. If he's such a gentleman, he sure doesn't act like one to me. Sir? Yes, my dear. This is my first time, so I'll make a lot of mistakes. Anyway, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for all the trouble I might cause. Not at all. It's not trouble at all. Now then, may I maybe please have your name and occupation? My name is Melissa Foster. Is that her name for real? Nope. I'm a college student, a freshman in the literature department.
You were on the scene when the unfortunate event occurred, correct?
And you were the one who took the photo. Is that accurate? What? How can you be so mean? Now see here, what are you doing shoving that in her face like that? Huh? But it's just a photograph. It's not like it's something dangerous. Next time I'll be forced to penalize you. I don't like the turn this has taken. Is she staring at me? And you would be? Huh? I'm the defense attorney. My name is Mia Faye. I see. So you are. Now then, young lady, could you please give us your testimony? Yes, Your Honor. I'll do my best. Witness testimony, the witness's photograph. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspension bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that showed a crucial moment. And right after that, I called the police. By the way, where were you standing when the incident occurred? Another trash judge. Yes, it is. He looked like Lex Luthor, don't he? On the you know, Lex Luthor on wrestling.
I believe the map would be of help here.
I was standing right over here. I was standing in a beautiful field surrounded by tall cliffs. So you took the photo from that location, eh? I brought the camera I was using at the time, just like Mr. Edgeworth asked me to. Ho, what a cute camera. Just like its owner. Lord have mercy. Camera added to the court record. When Melissa Foster took the witness photo with a small but powerful model. All right then, Miss Faye, time for your cross-examination. But I warn you, make the witness cry again and you'll feel the wrath of my gavel.
Be careful. Be careful.
Cross-examination, the witness's photograph. So this is one we have to be careful on.
I don't think so. Maybe.
I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. Did you say wildflowers? Yes, the mountain is famous for its beautiful spring wildflowers. But it's only February. Well, I couldn't wait for spring to come. I know just how you feel. It's just like when I first started growing this glorious beard of mine. I just couldn't wait, so I wore a dyed blonde Santa beard until mine grew in properly. Oh my goodness.
Would you mind if we got back to the facts of the case, Your Honor?
Then I noticed there were two people standing up on the bridge, on the suspicion bridge. Was there anything strange about the two of them? I'm a bad girl. I know I am. It looked like they were having a really serious conversation up there. So I decided to watch them like some kind of peeping Tom. No, not at all. Everyone is like that. I love watching other people fight too. In fact, I can't get enough of it. Dude. Actually, that's why I took this job in the first place. Too much info, Your Honor.
In any case, it's perfectly natural for you to have kept watching them. Especially dressed as they were.
Well, anyway, I was watching them very closely. Suddenly, they just started fighting. Do you have any idea what they were fighting about? No. I have no idea. Why did you ask that? Oh, I just thought that maybe you overheard what they said. I would never eavesdrop. I've got more class than that. That's right, Miss Faye. Don't drag the witness down to your level. Ugh. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Why did you take the photo? Well, the two of them were really going at it. Ever since I was a little girl, I always wanted to be a news reporter. I guess that part of me just kind of took over. Smells like a failed to me. Yes, I understand completely. Even now, I can't completely abandon my boyhood dreams. I still use my grandson to test my comedy routines on. So he wanted to be a comedian, huh? Not that it has any bearing on this. All I could do was to use my camera. So I took the photo of the crucial moment and gave it to the police. And right after that, I called the police. Did we do this one?
Nope.
You called the police? Yes, because it looked to me like the murderer was going to try to escape.
We were already moving before the call even came in. Thanks to the victim's notes, we had already started our operation.
That was certainly tough luck for the criminal, huh? If Terry Falls isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Be careful, kitten. That girl has the judge wrapped right around her little finger. You're going to have a tough time poking holes in that testimony of hers.
You're going to have to come up with something really good, Mia. I was using my camera to take some flowers, wild flowers. That's right, Mia. It was February. It wasn't the spring. There shouldn't be no flowers out. And I noticed there were two people standing up on the suspicion bridge. Suddenly, they just started fighting. That's when I hurried and took the photo that shows the crucial moment. Where's that photo?
Good so much. You got that photo.
No, that's not the moment. That's just them standing there. That's just them standing there. That's what crucial moment? And right after that, I called the police. Just started fighting. Let's see. There don't look like no flowers around. Let me see. Ah, you can't see the other side. Okay, there go YouTube. What you think, Plum?
You was on the right track.
When I said what?
This don't look like the crucial moment.
Oh. That's when I hear it into the folder that shows the crucial moment. Ah, let me check that camera. Let me see. Yeah, it's in the yellow right now. I'm trying to wait till it go away. Melissa Foster took the witness photo with this a small but powerful model. It's still in the yellow. Come on, YouTube. Cursor on this.
Yeah.
I mean, present this photo right here.
Double yeah.
Okay, it stopped. Witness. When you said you took a photo of the crucial moment, is this what you mean? All I can see in this photo are two people facing each other. There it go again, y'all. You testified that you saw the two of them starting to fight. Normally, that's the kind of thing would refer to as a crucial moment. Why haven't you presented a photo like that? Well, you see...
The photo we presented was the only one there was.
But if you really wanted to capture the crucial moment, then what happened next? You must have taken a photo of it. Though. My apologies, young lady. Miss Faye's assertion is not without a certain amount of merit. Come on, YouTube. You can certainly downplay a situation, can't he? I'm sorry. I'm a very bad girl. I used it all up. The film, I mean. You ran out of film? This photo was the last one. What?
Unfortunately, that is the truth.
Edward got it.
I personally examined all of the photographs she took that day. All the other photos are of the witness herself, playing among the wildflowers.
Is it still laggy? Game Queen 81. The witness herself then, who took the photos. Well, you see, my camera has a timer feature built into it. So you took photos of yourself? I remember taking some photos of myself once too. Please, no details. It seems that Miss Faye's assertion was not so decisive after all. Wait just a moment. Well, if she had no film left, she couldn't very well take more pictures, eh?
Miss Foster, perhaps then you could tell us about a different sort of photo. Photos of the internet that you took with your very own eyes.
Mr. Edgeworth, you're quite the poet. Very well then, let's get back to the cross-examination. Let's hear your thoughts on the fight that you witnessed. Yes, Mr. Judge. Boy, this guy is really crazy for his sweet talk.
Looks like the other kid in the room is the one that's getting all the attention.
Yeah, it's sickening. I was using my camera to take some pictures of wildflowers. We did this.
We did.
We did.
Did we? I guess so.
Did I notice there were two people fighting on the bridge? Suddenly they just started fighting. The victim turned around and tried to run away, but the victim? Why did you think she tried to run away? With her police training, she certainly knew better than to turn her back on a criminal.
This was a large, powerful man with a knife. If it had been a quaggy woman like you, I'm sure she would have acted differently.
Why he call her Quacky? Quacky? Why you? If it had been me, I probably would have jumped into the river. There's still something wrong with his testimony. She only got about 10 yards before she was stabbed in the back. So you're saying Sergeant Hawthorne wasn't able to get away from him? Well, it's a narrow bridge and it was swinging back and forth. If you ask me, both of them were in danger of falling off. I only wish I could have done something to help her. That seems to make sense. Judge, shut up. I wonder about this. Something seems kind of off.
Does it now? You have a good sixth sense. When you feel that something's off, that's when you need to figure out why.
If Terry Fallis isn't the criminal, then there must be something strange in that girl's testimony.
Be careful, kid. That girl has the judge wrapped around her cute little finger. Yeah.
I already went through this. You're going to have to come up with something really good, Mia.
I know.
$10 yards. Oh goodness, why I do that? It has a timer function. What is it from?
I don't know.
My goodness.
Look at that crime photo. No, the photo of the bridge.
Is that it?
No, the other one.
So 5. She said how many yards?
10. That's how she said it.
So she only got about 5 yards. 10 yards, he said. So that's way past there. Go YouTube again. She was supposed to be stabbed on the bridge, so how she run 10 yards? Is that the truth? Should I present the bridge?
Yes.
Witness, your testimony is a joke. How's it going, Gang Queen 81? Who was this lady in the case who unalived the man in the back of the car? Who was the lady in the case? She's a cop. So basically, the reason why he was in jail is did he unalive a young girl?
Mm-hmm.
And then he escaped from jail. Yeah, he was sentenced to death penalty. Then he escaped from jail 2 days ago and murdered her. Is that right?
Mm-hmm.
Witness, your testimony is a joke. Huh? What? It's not Hawthorne.
Hawthorne's our innocent little witness. He came to testify. I love my dolly.
Miss Faye, I thought I warned you not to make the witness cry. One short testimony and 2 bad contradictions. There's no possible excuse. You say there were 2 contradictions? It's simple. Just take a look at the diagram of the area. According to her testimony, the 2 of them were in the middle of the bridge. But if they were and the victim had turned around and tried to run, well then, she would have hit a dead end. You said 10 yards, but she couldn't have ran even 5 because Dusky Bridge is collapsed on this side, on that side. What? What does all this mean? It's very simple, Your Honor. This charming little witness told a charming little fib. That's all there is to it. That's this beautiful young lady has been fibbing to the court?
Just a moment, Your Honor.
Mr. Edgeworth.
Your Honor, allow me to personally apologize for the confusion.
What do you mean?
There's one major mistake in this diagram.
What did you say? What are you referring to?
It's all because this diagram was made after the incident occurred. It's a very old bridge. We couldn't find any official blueprints of it.
So you're saying?
I'm saying that even though this bridge is currently in disrepair, there's no evidence that can prove that the bridge was broken during the incident.
That's ridiculous.
You can't actually tell the condition of the bridge from this photo. I apologize to the court for not being more clear when I presented the evidence. That guy's good.
Huh? What do you mean?
He planned it from the beginning. He's a genius, alright. That diagram of the bridge was his insurance policy.
What? That coward. Well, Miss Faye, it seems you once again made a reckless accusation. I'm so sorry. I should have been more careful myself. No. It wasn't your fault at all.
Now then, shall we go on with the trial? I'd like to establish once and for all what it was that the witness actually saw.
Indeed. All right, young lady. May I ask you to please proceed with your testimony? But it's so hard to go on. We're all on your side, Miss Foster.
There's no need to worry. Just tell us what you saw.
Yes, sir. Witness testimony running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. He couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. Witnessing such violence must have been difficult. Yes, sir. I'm still shaken up.
If we accept this testimony as it is, we're finished.
Don't say that.
Oh well. Maybe I'll stop off at my favorite cafe at the way home.
How he jumped from being a defense attorney to a prosecutor. Anyway.
You make a really great mocha latte.
This trial isn't over yet.
That's what I like to hear.
All right, Miss Faye, your cross-examination, if you please. The contradiction is staring you right in the face, Mia. Go on the attack. Cross-examination, running from the crime. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Are you saying that the victim didn't fall down on the bridge? Actually, maybe she did.
Of course she didn't fall down on the bridge. If she had fallen down, this photo wouldn't make any sense. If that was the case, her coat would have been all muddy.
If you don't mind, I was asking the witness.
Ugh, no need to be so rude.
Well, young lady? Of course she didn't fall down. The man in the prison uniform grabbed her before she could.
We one step too slow. And then, what did the defendant do after that?
Then he carried her over to the car. You personally witnessed that? Yes. Did anything strange happen when he did that? Well, I don't know if you'd call it strange or not. But that's when the victim's scarf fell off. You mean this scarf?
Her words match what we found at the scene. I don't see any problem.
I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. You mean the defendant carried the body all by himself? Yes.
Considering the size of the defendant, I don't think it would be difficult.
Yes, but let's remember they were on a narrow bridge that was ready to collapse. Is it even possible for him to have carried a dead body on a bridge like that?
Well, the fact of the matter is that he did. That kind of talk is just silly.
Wow, why did he get so emotional all of a sudden? Miss Faye, if you think there is some other possibility, please share it with the rest of us. You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but the mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's February, right? And it was raining that day, correct? There is also a small temple and a channeling dojo there. You know those monks? They just love cold, isolated places. They ain't Valkyrian villages.
I think the witness is trying to say that the corpse could have been found at any time. Besides, the witness is merely reporting what she witnessed with her own eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm only supposed to talk about what I saw. And you're absolutely certain that it was my client who was carrying the body? Well, he was wearing a prisoner's uniform. But as for his face, so you're saying you didn't get a clear look at his face? Well, they were far away and it was raining as well. I thought I was only supposed to say exactly what I saw. Excellent. You're a remarkable, honest young lady. Something about this testimony is bothering me, but what?
Hey, kitten. Have you even put salt in your coffee? Have you ever?
No, why would I?
Why not?
Huh?
It may actually go better with coffee than sugar, right? Listen, my point is, if you're not sure, you might as well add a ton of salt to it. It might bring out the rust in something, like a piece of evidence.
He's right, Mia. Go present something. You've got nothing to lose.
By the way, I wouldn't put salt in my coffee. The two don't go well after all.
After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her over to the car. I suppose that was the only way he could make sure the body stayed hidden. Okay, where the car was.
Back to the beginning of the case.
Let me see. I forgot.
The intro.
I wasn't really paying attention.
The intro. Never mind.
I don't know what happened at the intro. Well, the little girl.
What happened to her?
She fell. Somebody shot, and she fell. The little girl fell down
Into the water.
into the water. Yeah.
Now, if you was on a bridge, you just killed somebody. How would you dispose of the body?
Now y'all just throw it in the river, right? How they think y'all supposed to come up with that?
You
Huh?
supposed to, you just
Really?
logical think. That's logical, okay.
Should I present the bridge again?
That's a lot of water in that bridge. There's a lot of water.
The killer not wanting his victim to be found, I can't understand that. However, the idea of moving the body for that purpose is clearly odd. There was a much easier way to make sure the body wasn't found. Well, what is it? Take another look at the map of the area and you will see how. There's a river right below the bridge. Earlier, Mr. Edgeworth pointed out something interesting about the river.
For those who are not aware, Eagle River is well known for its powerful currents. Most bodies that fall in are never recovered.
In the kidnapping case 5 years ago, the victim's body was carried away and never found. If 10 murders were to occur at that same spot above the Eagle River, you can bet your boots that every other killer would have tossed the body in the water. Order. I'm not sure if I care for the way you put that, Miss Faye, but I must admit it does seem odd not to have thrown the body into the river. Ooh. Well, Mr. Edgeworth?
How sad. Perhaps Miss Faye would do well to try taking a dip in the river herself. After all, you claim to be such an expert in the ways of nature.
What are you talking about?
My point is that no matter how odd you may find the killer's method of body disposal, the fact is that this is what the killer did. None of your arguments have anything to do with what the witness saw.
Quite true. Miss Faye, it seems that your assertion is without merit after all. But what the witness claims to have seen is totally ridiculous.
Surely you can't deny that the body was found in the trunk of the car.
That's certainly consistent with what the witness has told us. Oh,
Please, witness, go on with your testimony.
I'll try.
All you have to do is tell us only what you saw. Otherwise, the mean lady might yell at you again.
Who is he talking about? All right, I'll do my best. After he stabbed her in the back, he quickly picked her up in his arms. Then he carried her to the car. Then killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. Well, what did you mean? I mean, what did the man do then? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
And so that's when you called the police?
You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge.
That ain't a new statement.
Huh?
That ain't a new statement.
Where is it?
I don't know.
That was it where I had pressed it on.
No, you skipped it. No, you skipped it.
That was the beginning of the statements right here.
No, go back. No. Yes.
That's where I'm going.
Oh.
The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body in there. What did the man do then? Did we just say this? Well, naturally, he got in the car and was about to flee. I just did this. That's when I came to my senses. I said to myself, you have to call the police.
Oh wait, yes you did.
Really, dude? You're sure that you saw all that with your own eyes? Yes, I'm 100% certain. She could have saw it with her camera. What happened to the camera?
He got him.
You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. Why do you say that? It's already a broken down bridge hidden away in the mountains. Doing anything more to hide the corpse would be going overboard, wouldn't it? Yes, but that mountain is famous among hikers. A surprising number of people go up there. But it's very, very right. And it was raining that day, correct? There's also a small temple and channeling docho there. You know those monks, they just love cold, isolated places. Well,
I forgot.
let me see. Just leave the body on top of the bridge.
Wait, go over the evidence again.
The same look crummy evidence seems to have been taken by the witness. Photo of the trunk.
Check the map.
Let me see. This case is confusing.
Oh wait, I think I'm starting to remember.
Hmm?
Yeah, I got it. Now I remember.
What?
Look at the map. Where would she be standing?
She over there,
What couldn't she see?
the car? I don't know. Where's she standing at?
She said she took the photo around here.
Where was she standing?
On this side.
Oh, she was on the same side of where the car at?
No, not. She was on the opposite side.
Right. So she was below where it say 5 yards
Yes.
down there.
Mhm.
Is that a cliff?
I think.
I have to let you talk me into streaming this.
It is hard. This ain't good. You a hater.
You couldn't just leave the body on top of the bridge. So the bridge again?
They really like this photo.
Well, Miss Foster, it looks like you've done it this time. You done what? Made a crucial mistake. A crucial mistake? Like what, Miss Faye? The killer broke into the trunk of the stolen car and hid the body there. You're saying you saw that, right? With your own eyes? Yes, and it's simple, Miss Foster. Take a look at the diagram. The place you claim to have taken the photo from that day is here. Do you see what I mean? Even if you tried to see the car, this outcropping of rocks is directly in the way. Oh, that's right, Miss Foster. From where you are standing, you could not have possibly seen the killer's car.
I admit that the diagram shows a large outcropping of rock. I can't see my words. However, it is so tall that it would stop her from seeing the car. It isn't.
That's right. It's not high at all. I was able to see his car just fine. I'm so sorry, but that just doesn't wash. I believe it was the witness who presented this as evidence to the court, yes? This is the location that the photo was taken from. Your own photo tells the whole story. You can clearly see the left side of the bridge, but the outcropping that is being referred to is really more like a cliff. Ah. Your view should have been completely cut off by this cliff, but still you claim to have been able to see the killer's car? No! Order in the court. What is the meaning of all of the ballyhoo?
Ballyhoo! Your Honor, don't jump to any hasty conclusions. The fact that the escapee fled in a stolen car was reported on the news. After witnessing a murder, I'm sure you can appreciate that the witness was very upset. He must have heard about the stolen car and convinced herself that she saw it.
But she was repeatedly warned before starting her testimony. She was told to testify only about what she saw with her own eyes. Mr. Judge? What is it? I think I must have remembered things wrong. Hey, wait a minute. You can't just say that.
Miss Faye, no one Miss Faye, no one on the face of the planet is perfect.
Yes, indeed, quite true. You know what they say. To err is human, is to forgive divine. I'm inclined to give the benefit of the doubt to our witness here. What? That's not fair.
Save the tears for later, kitten.
Mr. Armando?
Don't look back until the trial is over. Now is the time to go forward.
But that's not fair.
Okay, kitten. You need to relax. Then you need to remember the other kitten's testimony.
The killer broke into the trunk of the car and hid the body in there.
So tell me, how did she know that? How did she know that he broke into the trunk?
Aha!
Well, Miss Foster, until you can explain how you knew that, you're going to have a lot of very suspicious people on this side of the courtroom.
Well, witness? Well, I'm certain that he broke into the trunk because there were marks left on the trunk lid. I'm certain they were scratch marks from where he broke into it. Well, what? Let me see that photo. It's true, these certainly looks like scratch marks around the keyhole. It's obvious that this trunk has been broken open. Well, Miss Faye, are you satisfied? The judge is on her side. I can't make any mistakes here. What she just said, is there a contradiction there somewhere? Oh my goodness, what did you say?
I'll buy it.
$5.99. Any price.
It doesn't work. Nope. Melissa Foster, it looks like you finally betrayed yourself. What? You said you were in a field taking photos of wildflowers, but even so, you knew about the scratches. The question is when? When did you get a chance to see those scratches? Finally, I finally got her.
I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here. I'm getting pretty tired of waiting over here.
Me too, Godot. I'm tired too. It's almost 2 hours.
Then perhaps it would be faster if Miss Faye explained herself.
Your Honor, there's only one possible explanation. The reason the witness had seen these scratches was she happened to be cut. She put the question herself.
What? My dolly would never. My dolly would never.
She's the only other car? Nope.
My dolly is broke. I take her for my wallet.
There's only one way that the witness had the chance to see those scratches. Yes, what is it? Naturally, when she opened the trunk and stuffed the corpse in it herself. The person who really hid the body in the trunk of that car was Melissa Foster. It was you that did it, wasn't it? That's ridiculous. I could never. It was the man in the prison garb. He's the one that... I don't think so, Miss Foster. If Mr. Fawless had been the one that put the corpse in the trunk, he would have simply used the car key. There was no need to break it open. But he stole the car. He stole it from a young couple that had been waiting at a red light, which means that the key would have still been in the ignition. Oh, I see. Thank you for telling us about these scratches, Miss Foster. Without that, we never would have uncovered the truth. That it couldn't have been Mr. Fawless that put the body in the trunk. No!
Preposterous to even suggest that the witness put the body in there. If that were true, then how do you explain the photo that she took? The corpse could only have been put in the trunk when the incident occurred. And we already know that at the time, she was taking photographs.
Now's your chance, Mia. Finish this thing. On the contrary, I'm not so certain about that anymore, Mr. Edgeworth. There's no need to think too deeply about it. What I'm saying is this shutter for this may not have been pushed by Miss Foster herself. It's got that automatic camera.
Well, did you finally figure something out?
Really? Let us take another look at this camera and see what feature it has, shall we? It has a timer built into it, even a MIDI tripod. Why, it's almost as if she had brought this camera just to take this picture.
What are you trying to say then, Miss Faye? That when the crime occurred, Miss Foster wasn't in the field as she claimed?
Well, if she really did use the camera's auto timer, then the answer is yes. She was somewhere else. Exactly, she was not in the field. Would the defense please explain further?
Listen, this is a crucial point. Where was Miss Foster when the incident occurred? In answering that question, we'll also make clear Miss Foster's true identity.
Well then, please answer this question. Where was Melissa Foster when the incident on the bridge occurred? Oh my goodness.
Now, I'm gonna have to tell you to break the matrix, see through the matrix. Take all the stuff we've learned thus far and put it together. Red pill or blue pill?
Really, Plumbernator? Well, she was the killer.
No.
What you mean?
Our client was the killer.
Who?
Our client was the killer.
Now how
He
he
was
the
going
killer?
to meet up with someone.
He was going to meet up with someone?
Yes.
That was the victim, was it?
Who did he write on his note? When he sent that note, who was he addressing in that note?
I don't know.
You forgot?
What was the name on it? Miss Hawthorne.
No.
I forgot.
Dahlia.
Oh, that was his note?
Yes.
Oh, I was thinking that was her note.
No.
So he was telling Dahlia to meet him.
Mm-hmm.
So she was the victim?
I'm surprised this case messed you up this hard, bro.
I guess I'm not I haven't had any coffee in a while and I can't concentrate, so
Really? Really?
I need something to keep get my brain sharp and I haven't had my coffee.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of scatterbrained right now. I'm just playing, y'all. Okay, so I didn't know that he was the one who knew the victim. So him and her on this stand knew each other. This whole time I'm thinking that was the victim and the girl knew each other on the stand. So he said, where was she at?
Mm-hmm.
Well, she was the victim. And she told him to wear he told her to wear that white scarf, right? Then how did the victim end up here? See, that don't make sense to me. Naturally, the witness was right here. But that's where the victim, Miss Hawthorne, was standing. Order. Miss Faye, what on earth? Your Honor, if I may. After pointing with the victim on the bridge, the defendant fled by car. But this would mean that there was no time to put the victim in the trunk. In other words, if someone put the body in the trunk, it could only have been before the defendant met the victim. He done lost me.
How asinine! Of course Mr. Falls met with the victim. The only person with the opportunity to have put the victim in the trunk is the same man that killed her, Tyree Falls.
You still don't understand, do you, Mr. Edgeworth? By the time the witness's photo was taken, the victim was already dead. The person in the photo was not Valerie Hawthorne.
What? I've never heard anything more ridiculous in my entire life. Then who exactly is the victim in this photo?
It's obvious, isn't it's obvious, isn't it? It's your own witness. What? It's the only possible explanation. The woman that Mr. Fallis met on the bridge that day was not Valerie Hawthorne. It was you, Miss Melissa Foster. Me? Let's remember that it was raining and foggy on the mountain that day. Mr. Fallis himself believed that the woman in front of him was Valerie Hawthorne.
But the defendant knew Valerie Hawthorne very well. After all, she was the woman whose testimony helped get him convicted.
But since then, my client has spent 5 hard years in a federal penitentiary. He couldn't remember exactly what she looked like anymore.
You were just making this up along as you go. Where's your proof?
I've got it all right here. This piece of evidence will blow this case wide open. At the time of the incident, Mr. Fallis had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. What they want me to do?
Diego or Amanda? Go Diego, go Diego,
At the
go
time of the
Diego, go.
incident, Mr. Fallis had forgotten what Valerie Hawthorne looked like. What they want me to present?
Oh yeah, never mind.
This girl been killing ever since she been young.
Something that proves that he would have forgotten what she looked like.
He been in jail.
No one else.
I don't know.
Oh my god, what was this?
Police officer and the victim, the key witness in the case against Fallis 5 years ago. Well, she was a kid.
No!
She was 18. And
I literally told you this like 2 minutes ago.
I know, it went over my head.
Look at the note.
Oh, okay. Mr. Fallis had forgotten the victim's face. That's why he needed some piece of identification, namely this muddy scarf. It was Mr. Fallis who requested that she wear this scarf to identify herself. That's already been proven by the note the victim left. In other words, as long as you were wearing a scarf like he's asked, anyone could have pretended to be Valerie Hawthorne. Well, what do you have to say to that, Miss Melissa Foster? She done fell out, y'all. Where's Miss Foster?
She's collecting herself in the lobby.
It's obvious that Melissa Foster did it. She hid the body in the trunk and disguised herself as the victim. She set up the camera to snap a fake photo of them together.
The only question is, why did she do it?
Well, isn't that obvious? She's the real culprit. Well, we'll have to wait for Miss Foster to compose herself before we start again. Until then, this court is in recess. The defense and the prosecution are both to wait in their respective lobbies. Yes, Your Honor.
Understood.
Very well, this court is in recess.
They was beating you up. They was beating you up this case.
Next time I play this, I'm gonna have my coffee, y'all. I need Godot's coffee.
You need a cup of Joe.
I
need my 17th cup of coffee.
I really couldn't think tonight. I'm like, I couldn't think.
It was right in front of you. There was like 6 pieces of evidence.
It wasn't coming together.
Really?
It just wasn't. It wasn't coming together.
Oh my God! This is
and I'm gonna go back and watch this, y'all. I got to go back and watch it because it was confusing to me for real. It was confusing.
That's a shame.
Really?
You're a sham lawyer, Phoenix.
Hello, nice to meet you. You can't try my nickname. Just call me. Is it Lady? This game is so hard to guess, isn't it? Because game director trying to make closer mystery game in court. Oh my God, it's so hard. It was hard for me tonight. Sometimes I have a feeling of what's going on, but tonight
you didn't have it.
I couldn't figure anything out. I appreciate the comment, lady. I thank you for watching. Well, I guess I'll let you all go. It's been 2 hours. So, yeah, if you're watching and you like what you see, if you don't mind hitting the subscribe button, I'd appreciate if you subscribe. Also, if you don't mind, if you're watching and you can hit that like button for me, I'd appreciate it. And all right, Game Queen 81, we had Yeety in the chat, and Lady. I will talk to you all on the next one. You all have a wonderful rest of your evening. Good night.